everybody. How was lunch? Well, here's the deal. I've noticed all of y'all going through your little packet there that Dr. Zoll provided for you. So I think that Dr. Zoll should just ask you questions and see how well you did reading that. What do you think? Dr. Zoll liked that idea. I don't know. I'm sure he'll go through that presentation for you. So, Dr. Zoll, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. How's everybody doing? Good. Hope you have all have a good New Year, and welcome to the lunch talk. So this is about the third time I've done the lunch talk today. They said that this is the thyroid month, so they were giving me a topic on thyroid to talk to you all about. So I'm gonna go through a presentation of different thyroid problems today, probably around 20 to 30 minutes talk, okay? So while you're enjoying your lunch, you can listen to my talk. So thyroid problems are not uncommon. So, like fairly good number of patients have thyroid problems, and maybe some of you even might be taking some thyroid medications. And so let's go through the thyroid problems. So I gave you a little packet of four pages of my presentation. It's a summary. I'm going to talk a little bit more than what I've written in there. Before we go on to talk about thyroid diseases, I like to review like a basic information about the thyroid. So where it is located. It's located in front of the neck, okay? And you can see on the first diagram, it's like a butterfly-shaped gland, and located between your voice box and your collarbone. And you cannot really palpate yourself unless it's enlarged. Okay, so that's where it is. And then we're gonna go ahead and talk about what it does for your body. Okay, what kind of function it has for your body. It's a metabolic hormone, meaning that it makes your body keep going. It's got a lot of functions in your body. So, for example, in your brain, it makes you alert. It makes your functions, your brain well. Those kind of things. For the heart, it makes your heart beats in a good condition. And for your bowel, it makes your bowels moving regularly, avoid constipation. It makes your muscles, work as normal. Those kind of things. So that's how you remember the thyroid function. It makes you go. It makes you move. Also, it has effect on the growth, and especially in children. Deficiency of thyroid hormone leads to growth retardation, also mental retardation. So it's one of the growth hormones as well. Also, it lowers your cholesterol in your body. Okay, so sometimes if you have difficult to control cholesterol problems, we sometimes check thyroid functions to see if that might be causing it. Okay, so those are some of the functions of the thyroid gland. So you get a little bit of idea of what it does in your body. Okay, so next thing is regulation of thyroid hormone. It's more of a medical thing, but I like to put it in there so that you guys have a little bit of idea of, how it's produced and, what controls the production of your thyroid hormone. Okay. On the left side of the diagram, it's a diagrammatic presentation, and on the right side, it shows you where each gland is in your body. Okay, so if you would look at the left diagram on the first page, it starts with hypothalamus, okay? It's a region in the brain. It controls thyroid hormones, okay? For your knowledge and information, that hypothalamus has a lot of functions in your body. You know, it controls your sleep-wake cycle. It controls temperature in your bodies, and it has other functions of controlling other hormones as well. So it's an important organ in your body. Below that hypothalamus is a gland called pituitary gland. Some of you might be familiar with this. Both of them are inside your brain. Okay, so that pituitary gland also controls your thyroid hormone production. If you would see little round arrows on the right side of that diagram, I want you to remember that TSH. Those of you who have thyroid problems might be familiar with what TSH is, okay? It's a short term for thyroid stimulating hormones, meaning that pituitary gland inside your brain secretes that TSH in order to stimulate your thyroid gland, okay? And the thyroid gland in turn produces that thyroid hormones, which goes to various parts of your body, okay? So, let's see. That diagram, I put it in there so that, you know, we know a little bit of basics about how we diagnose your thyroid disorders, okay? So, now, thyroid glands produce that thyroid hormones, which in turn, if you would see on the dash arrow on the left side of the diagram, goes back and gives information on those hypothalamus and your pituitary glands, meaning that it's like a feedback loop, okay? So if you're producing less thyroid hormone, that sends a signal to that pituitary gland to produce more TSH, okay? And so pituitary gland produces more TSH, which in turn increases your thyroid hormone production, okay? On the reverse, if you're producing a lot of thyroid hormones from your thyroid gland, that also sends the signal inside your brain, and they said, okay, slow down, don't produce more, okay? So that TSH is low. So that's a feedback mechanism. And that's good to understand when it comes to talking about how we diagnose your thyroid functions, okay? So on the right side of the diagram is just for you to get an idea of where those glands are. You can see the first two glands inside your brain, and your thyroid gland is in front of your neck, okay? If you have any question anytime, you can stop me and ask me, I don't mind, and I'll leave a time for you all to ask me questions at the end of the presentation as well, okay? All right. So we're going to start with diseases of your thyroid gland, okay? Now, first, I'd like to talk about hypothyroidism, meaning that your thyroid is not producing enough hormones for your body. Okay? There are several things. You don't have to remember those big words or big terms, okay? But I'll try to explain to you as much as possible. Now, autoimmune thyroiditis is one of those where you have antibodies in your body which goes to your thyroid glands producing inflammation. Something like rheumatoid arthritis, which is also like an autoimmune disease. So that's one condition, and that's one of the most common causes of decreased production of your thyroid hormone.